Tane, okay, you sit. And then you right after, okay.
Okay, mahalo. Aloha dia kako. Let me preface things like with us, I know because of the intensity, a lot of us are very passionate in our stance. But outside of this corridor and this room, I know that we're all very loving towards each other. And that is, I think, what we keep foremost. But nonetheless, I'm here not to intentionally attack any person because of the fact that the issues are what we are actually more or less attacking passionately according to how we were raised or developed our ideas. Now, our tutus always told us that everyone and every historian are correct according to where they were brought up and how they were brought up. So this way we can't really go after everybody and say, oh, you're wrong and you're wrong. But it's how we were raised. And so just keep that in mind that this is where I'm coming from, all right? What I want to really stress out, I guess, is that we're going through a deja vu. 1897, the Coué petitions and its subsequent actions, the U.S. ignored the will of the people. 2000, the hearing that they had here on Oahu, over 98% of the Hawaiians that were there rejected the Akaka bill and subsequent actions till today, ignoring again the will of the people. So here we see OHA is put into a situation, to me it's kind of unfair because they're using our Kanaka Maoli and using you against us. So you can see the dynamics that's thrown. Now, Soli, Niheo, and I went to the early strategy meeting, you might remember, and we tried to bring up this issue of independence, occupation, all these various things where we come from, and we were shot down. They refused to hear it. They sort of just tossed it off to the side. So all the actions that OHA did, they did with good intentions, but what they did was they had shut out all of us independent seekers. We're not sovereignty seekers because we already have our sovereignty. We don't want U.S. domestic sovereignty. They already recognize our international sovereignty. So we are not sovereignty groups, we are independence groups seeking to regain our Hawaiian kingdom. Now, I've been going through this for over 40 years or so. One of the best places to find out a lot of the facts that have been hidden is going to the Library of Congress, loc.gov. And if you go through there, if you have enough patience, you'd be able to find out all through the journals and through congressional records what was stated, and they knew that they were doing things unlawfully. So we can't ignore the independence because you're committed to do the integration. We don't want the integration. We never wanted it from way back, from my tutu's time until today. Majority of the Kanaka Maoli, the Hawaiians, are not for this tribal government or whatever, yeah. So, we got to keep that in mind. Now, they keep saying that we're divided, we're not together. Let me bring up this point. Within the United States, 21 registered and recognized political parties. What makes them different from our groups with their agenda and platform? They still believe, and we all still believe, we're Hawaiian subjects of the Hawaiian Kingdom. Different platforms and everything. Like I say, wherever we were raised, we had some protocols that were similar, some different, but the Hawaiians always had the right to speak. That's why they went to the palace for the Queen, to speak up how they felt. They wanted a more just constitution. So basically, that's what I wanted to say. As far as Kana'i Olavalu, I found my name on it, so I think it's fraudulent for them to put it on without my knowledge. So I had to go and take it off. So I wish people would also take care of learning the laws of occupation. Now, I have an open letter here that I'll give you. You can make copies if you wish. Hotcakes, we only do one paper. And that I sent to the Department of the Interior. I also sent it through Congress, among all my other letters since back in '78. And this is another dissertation about the difference between occupation and colonialization. So knowing the facts and everything, we are occupied, and so we should work that. So knowing the time is limited and everything,
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to thank you for your time. Mahalo.
Keep Hawaiian lands in Hawaiian hands, yeah. Keep Hawaiian lands in Hawaiian hands, yeah. On the road we go, far from life we stroll. It's an uphill climb, yeah. Stays with you all the time. Keep Hawaiian lands in Hawaiian hands, yeah. 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 Hawaiians say, "Mama, hey, kaina ikupono." Mama, hey, kaina ikupono. Mama, hey,